Look at that amazing fossil imprint. You zoom in. I may have to take this rock home just for that. That is really beautiful. Now that I've got this fossil rock home from my rockhounding trip out there at the Nueces River near Uvalde, what am I going to do with it? It does have this awesome imprint of whatever kind of fossil that is. Let me zoom in on that. That's really impressive. Look at the detail in that. It blew me away, and it was enough to grab this whole big, heavy rock and take it home. But now I have to decide, what am I going to do with it? I could just leave it like it is. It's a big fossil rock. If you look, you can see other fossils are in this thing, shells and other signs of life from millions of years ago. And in fact, now that I look inside, I didn't notice this before until right now. That's another one of those imprints right there. So I've got two of them. Huh, look at that. Look at that. You know what I can do? How does this sound? I can get this on the saw and I can cut out sort of a square shape here and maybe have this as one end and this is the other end, and then polish the sides. So in other words, it would be like a long rectangular piece, square when you look at it from the end. So I could have it cut, 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 and maybe capture both of those and then polish the sides as best I can. You know, I think I'm gonna try that. I'm pretty sure this material will take a good polish. If you watch my last video on my art rock, you'll see that I was wrong on that one. That one did not take a good polish, but this material, from my experience, does shine. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll get this on the saw and I'll mark it in such a way where I can cut a square that'll have this one on the back end. It may not be perfectly square because of the shape of this rock, but I think it'll be interesting. So that'll be this weekend's project. All right, I'm ready to start cutting. I've got the rock mounted in the vise. I've got it lined up so that that's my first cut. Once I make that cut, I'll move the whole vise in. I'll move the carriage in and put a second cut somewhere right about over here. And then we'll go from there. This is all just sort of a fly by the seat of my pants type job. I'm not measuring anything, I'm just eyeballing everything. So it will not be perfectly square when I'm done, but that's okay. All right, the first cut is done. Let's see how it looks. Definitely banded shirt. Alright, you need to reposition. Okay, I've got it ready for its second cut. Alright, the second cut is done. Let's see how it looks. There's our piece. All right, I've got it ready for its next series of cuts. It's definitely not going to be square, but I'll cut this, and then I'll move the carriage in, cut it close to the carriage, and that'll give me my sort of rectangular piece. All right, one more cut is done. Let's see how it looks. Close. Move it in. How about right about I said, I'm just eyeballing this. Okay, I got it ready for the last cut. It won't be a perfect square, but like I said, that's okay. I'm just eyeballing this anyway. That looks like it's going to make a nice tumble piece right there. All right, that should be the last cut. Let's see how it looks. Okay, well, get that little nub off there, but I'm going to get this cleaned up and we'll take a closer look at it. The rock is all cut, and now it's time to polish this little fossil piece. All right, here it is. There's the final cut. So as I said, it wasn't going to be perfectly square, but you know what? That's okay. There's the one fossil. There's the other. So now what I'm going to do is, well, I gotta grind that down. I'll probably use my cabbing machine just to take that down. And then I'm going to use my flat lap to polish these 4 sides, and that'll be done. This will be a neat little thing to leave laying on the coffee table so people can pick it up and see the hopefully beautifully polished sides, and then look and be amazed at the fossil imprints. Anyway, that's what I'm shooting for. We'll see if I hit the target on this one. As you can see, I used my cabbing machine to grind that down. So now I'm going to use the flat lap. I've got the coarse grit disc on there now. Let me fire this up. Get a little water going. And so we begin. The rock is finally finished, and this is the result. Get a nice view of the fossil there, nice view in there, and some shiny sides to it. Let's take a closer look. Here you can see that amazing fossil. At first I thought it was an imprint, but looking at it more closely, I can see that that's actually the shell in there. You can see the edge right there. But I'm amazed at that detail. Just think millions of years ago, that was some living creature. There are also fossils within this rock, you can see. That's one right there. I think there's some in here. It's kind of hard to tell. So this will be my little conversation piece. I'll just lay it out on the coffee table and let people look at it and see what they think. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and check out all my other videos. There are lots more like this. Thanks again.